Okay, so welcome back everybody. This is what my daily walk looks like. And so this is Driver Trail. And over here is construction. So I'll just stop real quick. They tore down all of these trees. Yeah, you can see the tree line in the distance. And I'm not quite sure what they're building. But they tore down all these trees. It makes me sad. So, my daily walk, I'm here in Suffolk. That's as close as you're gonna get to my address. Anyway, so this lane, this paved trail goes down here, neighborhood over there. There's a traffic light if you can see it, so that's Shoulders Hill. There's a clue. This is a roughly 2.25 mile stretch of land going one way, so a full loop is what, 4.5. But then if you go back the other way across Shoulders Hill, there's another mile and some change, so maybe like 1.15 in one direction. So from end to end, and I'm going to share the video of this side. So it's 3.3 maybe going one direction, which isn't bad. So people bike this, walk their dogs, but this is my neighborhood. So there's another neighborhood coming up over here on the right. There's another neighborhood way over there. There's two neighborhoods way in the back. So, and I walk, typically I do a morning walk, my daily 12. See, here we see the houses coming up. Today, let's see if I could do 13. Maybe 14 without rest, without a lunch break, and then go home and eat dinner. So let's see what I can do today. All right, we are at the driver's side of Driver Trail, and we have our own dinosaur. Yes, that is some kind of dinosaur. See? I don't know if you could see it. There goes a car. The Suffolk sign says Historic Driver Community, which is all back here, so much more rural in nature. And there's the sign on the post, welcome to Suffolk's Driver Village. And so I'm going back now from the direction I just came. So at this point, covered 3.5 of at least 12. We'll go for 13. There's your Driver Trail etiquette sign, which is on both, it's on both sides of this section, and I think it's on the far side, because there's this is a parking space. If you get dizzy, don't get dizzy. There's another sign just like that on the 3.3 miles on the other side. So how's my new pack going? So let me reverse angle here. Hey, it's me. So there's my pack. And I also carry this. So I carry a fanny pack too. Really good. So the fanny pack, the waist pack, I've been carrying it ever since, really for the past year. It's got a bottle of water, flashlight, some other odds and ends, emergency cortisone cream just in case, Neosporin. This pack, the Terminator outlet, doesn't have your standard, those small little pouches that come on the waist belt. This doesn't have that. And I'm okay with that. Actually, it's not even a miss. But so to cover, and ibuprofen. So to cover all those things that you would typically put in those, in those small area packs, they go well in the waist pack. So it's January 10th. I've been hiking with this new pack for 10 days now. It does feel good. So I'll be honest, that's 45 pounds, with a 9-pound pack. And, I know it's there, but you hardly feel the weight. I still have to do a couple of reviews on it, like take it apart, showing how I'm stowing my gear. And I could easily probably, at the very least, put 15 more pounds in it, maybe 20. And I know I'm going to do it. I'm going to train for it anyway. All right, let's go back this 2 miles. Okay, so we are coming up on Bennett's Creek. So this actually separates the Bob White area, which is called Bob White Landing, which is, if you can see, the houses over here. So this is Bob White's Creek. I'm coming from the driver area, so there's houses way over there. And on the other side, this is the Bob White area, and the creek snakes all the way over and keeps on going. I'm not going to walk all the way to the boat ramp. Not today, anyway. So this goes back to Shoulders Hill, which is where I came from. So this will be my first loop. I'll do one more loop back and forth, and I'll show you Bob White Lane. So, pretty basic in terms of, if this was going to be marked as easy, moderate, or difficult in terms of a trail, this is an easy trail. So this is nothing like the state parks that I like to go to on the weekends. But, it's going to give me the 12 miles that I need. I have 4 interconnecting neighborhoods in my immediate area, so that's what I walk most mornings. And they actually did me good, and so when I pushed it to 12 miles daily in 2024, and then I could get up to 20 miles on the weekends, there was a big change. And so in May of 2024, I took, with the expectation of me launching my AT thru-hike in 2025 this year, I took 2 trips to North Carolina. One in May, one in September. So in May, I know Grandfather Mountain, so you've seen, I've got shorts and other video content on this channel that shows you Grandfather Mountain, Callaway Peak, profile loop, the upper loop and lower loop, which is my go-to. That's actually quite of a challenge because it's I think 2,000 foot elevation change. Altogether, round trip, it's 5-6 miles, but it's the elevation that's going to kick your butt. And it's very rocky, so be careful if you do climb that. Several camping areas, campsites on the mountain, one at the base, I think 2 at certain points of elevation, and then up near the peak. But when I went out there in May, that kicked my butt, basically. I live here in Flatland. I used to live in the eastern part of North Carolina. Now I live in eastern Virginia. So it's sea level. So when I went out there, that was quite a challenge. And I'm an asthmatic. So all of this is You know, at the very basic, at the very least, it's a challenge. And then walking and talking is its own challenge. Anyway, my legs, my hamstrings, my quads, they all felt it, right? So when I came back, I challenged myself to push it to, you know, do 12 daily, even do 13, 14 at a time. Saturdays get to 15, and then Sundays, you know, get to the trail, get to the state park, and push out 20, start pushing out 20, and I did. So I start pushing out 20 like every other week. When I went back to Grandfather Mountain, and I did Callaway Peak Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday before, or just as Hurricane Helene was slowly creeping up, you know, that part, and kind of wiped out North Carolina high country. Back in September, I had no problem climbing that elevation. So all that training on the flat ground at sea level, pushing out those 20, really did a number with my body. And so I was able to do the Callaway Peak climb Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 12 miles up and back, doing the lower loop, profile lower loop, getting 12 miles in, and it felt good. Okay, let me finish this, do another loop, and well, it's me again, and I'm back in the driver's side of the trail, and I'm joined by 3 other people. Got 3 pickup trucks here. I'm in the world of pickup trucks, which is Southern Virginia. Alright, time to get back on trail. Okay, I told you I'd be back, and this is Bob White Lane. So real quick, it's gonna go down, and there's a dog that's chasing me, and there's the other side of it, goes that way to the traffic light, Shoulder Hill. If that dog crosses the street and gets run over, I am not taking responsibility for that. So this is serious. I'm not taking responsibility for it. Alright, I get that a lot. When you're walking around in the neighborhood, dogs don't bark at people. Well, one does. But dogs bark at people carrying backpacks. Not quite sure why that is. Anyway, earlier I just made the comment that this is pickup truck country. And I'm not talking bad about that because I own one too. So just want to make that clear. And if you watch to the end, I'll show you my antique, a 1992 F350 crew cab dually. I'll show you that later. Okay, so when I walk these streets, I'm ever amazed that I'm still here. Because you know, my story is in 2021 when COVID turned the world upside down. I had lost my job. And I had lost my job for 12 months, and that was a long time. This has been a very slow recovery, financially, spiritually, emotionally, all that stuff. And so every time I put this pack on and I take a step, I am very easily reminded of all the stuff I went through. And I didn't get this far on my own. It was through lots of conversations, lots of new friendships, and here I am now creating these vlogs in 2025. So hopefully, you know, if you're watching this and you're going through some tough times in life, reach out to somebody. Heck, you can reach out to me if you need to. a perfect stranger, because that's exactly what I did. I started meeting strangers on LinkedIn, and those strangers became friends. Okay, I'll know I'll get 12 out of this. I'm going to see how far I can get, maybe close to 13. I checked the weather report. It's going to snow tomorrow morning. So it'll be if it does, it'll be the first snowfall for 2025. That's going to be fun. Okay, let's see how far I get. Oh yeah, and then when I get home, I'll show you the pickup truck. All right, it's me. Whoa, it's too close to the camera. That's me again. So I'm back on trail. I'm back on driver trail, and I'll get 13 out of this. I get about 0.65 more of a mile, so a little bit will be okay. So just remember, according to the Veterans Administration, their most recent statistics. Now, I've heard higher numbers, or I've read and I've talked to people who have given me higher numbers, but on average, 22 veterans die by suicide every day. I'm not quite sure if that's just in America or if that's just the veteran population, because there's the veteran population across the globe, but U.S. veterans. So trying to make that clear. Don't be one of them. I survived 5 suicide attempts. I survived a heart attack in 2022. I can survive the Appalachian Trail. Could use your help though. The GoFundMe link is in the description of this video. Dag, it's getting cold out here. I can feel it. If you could just drop $5 in there, that'd be great. I fully appreciate it. And of course, as always, I'll see you on the trail. Alright, so as promised, here's the truck. Alright, there. Well, let's see if I can put it all in one picture, if I don't fall backwards. Alright, so that's it. That's an old antique. Literally, it's a 1992. It's an antique. It's got antique plates on it. F350 crew cab, dually, gas, not diesel. Gas. It's an old truck. But I love it, and that's my house, and that's my Dodge Journey. All right, I did 13 and some change. All good, right?